Hi everyone, it's Fitz with your Postgame Talk. K-State loses on Monday night at Texas. 62-56? This game was exactly what the score sounds like if you understand the context of this Kansas State basketball season. Don't be very good. Don't be good enough to win, but hang around and make it look good. Another frustrating performance by K-State. They just don't have a killer spirit. They're not, I've said this almost every video, they're not defined enough. They turn the ball over in such maddening ways, it's incredible. Every time they'd cut into the lead and maybe make this a game, they would make some critical mistake on either end of the floor and Texas would pat it back out. They even had Texas to 4 points. The game was at 4 points in the final minutes and they just couldn't get over the hump. They had two opportunities to cut it to two, or if they convert both, maybe take the lead. Missed shot, bad turnover, and Texas ends up converting both of those possessions into a pair of free throws. Just a performance that pretty much looked like a lot of other performances by this K-State team. They only had 13 turnovers, but the magnitude of the turnovers in this game just seemed huge. They just came at horrible times. And 10 of those 13 were from the veteran guards Tyler Perry and Cam Carter. They are what they are at this point. This team turns it over too often. They don't have a good enough identity on the offensive end of the floor to score and come back and maybe take a lead and stretch it out. I don't think I don't think K-State ever led in this game. They don't have the right parts. And I know that sounds harsh, but we're down to the final stretch here of the season, and this K-State team is lacking a couple pieces they thought it'd have, and it's turned out to be disastrous losses. But that's the game, and you have to go out there and play. And the fact that this team continues to make the same mistakes game after game after game with sloppy passes and poor dribbling and ball handling, there's no solution for it. What they do is scrap and fight and play really good defense. Although there were some crucial breakdowns in the course of this game that just left you scratching your head. How do you leave that guy open? How do you let that guy make a free run at the rim? And it just, you do about 4 of those a game, which I think they probably did easily. Those easy buckets. I know it's hard to be perfect in any element of the game, but defense, it's a lot easier. You don't miss shots on defense. It's all up to you and your performance, and maybe you just get beat. But those opportunities Texas got out of defensive breakdowns probably decided the game at the end of the day, because K-State isn't good offensively. They're not good, handling the ball and understanding where to throw the ball, how to throw the ball. There was a couple passes by Cam Carter that I'm not sure Jerry Rice would have caught. They were that violently thrown. I don't know what to say anymore. And Jerome Tang went on postgame radio and talked about coming home and how this homestand, this 2-game homestand, is critical. And it is. He wants to make sure this place is packed to the rafters, and it won't be. Because at the end of the day, you kind of lost the interest of K-State fans with this sloppy play. It's really not the losses. It's the losses that are losses because of your doing more than the other team's doing. If K-State has any hope of getting anywhere close to the NCAA tournament field, they have to win the next 3. Period. They have to win the next 3. That is BYU at home on Saturday afternoon, then they get West Virginia, and then they go to Cincinnati. The team I'm watching can't do that, can't win those 3. They closed the season, of course, by going to Kansas and playing host to Iowa State. That lost at Houston, and that game now at the end of the season becomes enormous for Iowa State. I don't see them winning either one of those. And now the mathematics is if you lose to BYU, you've already lost to them out there. They're much better at home than on the road, like a lot of teams. And West Virginia sees you as an opportunity to win. You're getting yourself in peril of not even making the NIT field, or at least being a lot closer to 500 than anyone ever imagined, even in worst case scenarios. I was a lot longer than I thought I'd go. K-State comes home. Another, Saturday, Monday, back-to-back. It's tough on every team, but you have to do it in this conference, and goodness, K-State hasn't done it as well as you would hope. They've lost 8 of 9 now, as the tailspin has turned into a free fall. I'll have more thoughts throughout the week because we have a long week without a game. I'm Fitz, this is Daphne, and that's it from the Cats and Dogs studio.